Hey everyone, in this video I wanted to highlight a huge opportunity for GM stock investors, and that opportunity is its cruise segment, which continues to expand the scale and scope of its operations. Of course, the driverless technology has massive potential, and since its last quarter, management said that the driverless fleet has increased by 86% from 130 to 242 concurrently operating autonomous vehicles. Driverless technology has massive potential, and if we just look at one area of application, which isn't just offering rides, driverless rides, look at what Lyft and Uber generated in annual revenue last year. Uber generated 31.88 billion, and of course that's a mix between Uber Eats and Uber ride sharing. And then if you want to just look at ride sharing specifically in the US, Lyft generated 4.1 billion in revenue. Of course, Lyft and Uber are losing a lot of money on the bottom line because they have to pay drivers. Paying drivers is expensive, and that's the bulk of its operating costs. But for GM, if it ramps up this driverless fleet, it stands to be a huge opportunity because it doesn't have to pay drivers. So they've already completed 1.5 million driverless miles, and the pace continues to accelerate. Our first million miles took us about 15 months to complete, while the next million miles will take less than 3 months. 3 months. So it's a 5x improvement there from 15 months down to 3 months completing driverless miles. And of course, the more miles it completes, the more data it has, and the more data it has, the more its services can improve, and it feeds on itself in this positive virtuous cycle. Right now, a small portion of our fleet is serving driverless rides 24 hours a day across all of San Francisco. And that's a big market, right? That's an area where they have approval to operate, and their approval to operate is going to go slowly at first. And I imagine, and this is my estimation alone, that it'll be slowly at first and then it'll grow exponentially. Like they'll get approval in one city, two cities, and then you'll see 16, 24, 180, and 1,000. That's the type of growth I imagine will happen as long as they continue on this path, making progress, collecting data, improving the service, delivering on safety, and so on. And the opportunity is massive, as I showed you earlier, the billions in revenue that it could generate. So, in addition to that, they can purpose build cost optimized autonomous vehicles, right? GM is a vehicle manufacturer, unlike Uber and Lyft and other ride sharing companies, which are just ride sharing platforms, right? GM is a vehicle manufacturer, so it can make cars custom built to become autonomous vehicles. And why is that important? Because it can make the cars at lower cost. It can custom make them, right? If you're making cars only for ride sharing autonomous vehicles, well, then you don't have to have steering wheels, which is a significant cost. You don't have to have the expensive infotainment system, right? So you can reduce your cost to produce these cars and thereby expand the profit margin even further beyond the already higher opportunity because you've got driverless cars. So their purpose-built AV, the Cruise Origin, will begin testing in Austin, Texas soon. And if it goes according to plan, that will expand to other cities. So right now, their path to profitability, as well as hitting the 1 billion in revenue by 2025 is the target, and they remain on track and slightly ahead as of today. So this is really exciting, and driverless technology is one area I'm really excited about. It can unlock so many opportunities. It can make revenue it can make the opportunity even greater than it is because GM can offer these rides at lower prices, and if it can offer them at lower prices, then more consumers are going to choose going the driverless car route instead of purchasing cars themselves, because the cost of ownership, the cost of transportation can be significantly lowered. So this is just a huge opportunity for GM and something that GM stock investors should keep in mind and keep an eye out for, to look out for continued progress. And it's something I'm certainly going to be updating you on, my viewers, so keep an eye out for more videos on this segment for GM. But that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.